Happy Friday, everybody. Yay, Friday is my favorite day of the week, and I love the fact that we get to learn about science and social studies on Fridays. Well, we've been looking at our Storyworks book, so I need you to go ahead and grab this book, and then I want you to open it up, and I want you to flip all the way to page 15. So go ahead and do that right now. Flip to page 15. Great. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Journey to the Ice Age. Well, isn't that perfect? We've been learning about how the Earth has changed, and we've also learned about animal adaptations. And sometimes whenever animals don't adapt, they become extinct. Well, the Ice Age is one of those. What we actually watched a Ed puzzle over the Ice Age, but the Ice Age is one of those ways where animals were not able to adapt and they became extinct. So we're going to pretend we're in a time machine and we're going to journey back to the Ice Age. It says travel to a faraway place or time. So the whole point of you getting out your Storyworks is you're going to follow along with me as I read. After this, you're going to have to complete a flip grid. So it's really important that you're paying attention as I read. The title is Journey to the Ice Age. Endless winters, frozen oceans, 20,000 years ago. Much of the earth was covered in sheets of ice. We call this time the Great Ice Age. What was it like to live during this frozen time? Turn the page to find out. And on the front, you see a saber-toothed tiger. They are extinct. Says Beast of the Ice Age. Check out some of the awesome creatures that lived during this time. So let's go through all the creatures and then we'll get started with our story. The giant bears and rhinos. 12-foot bears towered over their enemies. Huge rhinos fought off animals with a horn that was bigger than you are. There were also monster sloths. Today's sloths are little rodents. Most are the size of cats. During the Ice Age, some were 20 feet long and weighed 4 tons. Wow, that would be scary. You wouldn't see any dinosaurs during this time. The last dinosaurs died out about 62.5 million years earlier than the Ice Age. The Great Ice Age began about 2.5 million years ago. It ended about 12,000 years ago. So that's a long time to have the Great Ice Age. All right, now we're going to get started. So put your finger on the word roar. Roar. You're running for your life. You sprint across the icy ground. Behind you is a 600-pound monster. It's a saber-toothed tiger, one of the deadliest animals of the Ice Age. The beast snarls, revealing massive razor-sharp teeth. Don't look too closely or you might faint. 2 of the blade-like fangs are 8 inches long. The beast charges after you, its claws sinking into the ice. Your heart slams against your chest. The mighty animal crouches, ready to pounce. You brace yourself. But wait. Of course you're not really in the Ice Age. How could you be? The last major Ice Age ended about 12,000 years ago. It was called the Great Ice Age. A world of ice. Ice ages are long periods of time when Earth's average temperature drops. The Great Ice Age lasted for more than 2 million years. During its peak, the planet was about 10 degrees colder than it is today. You may not think that's a big deal, but small changes in Earth's temperature can cause major changes to the planet. During the Great Ice Age, lakes and oceans became icy plains. At times, ice sheets called glaciers covered about a third of Earth's land. This included Canada and much of the northern United States. That means long ago, the place you call home may have been locked under ice. It would have been a dangerous time to be alive. Just ask the early humans who lived back then. They took shelter in caves to stay warm. That's where the term caveman comes from. Our early relatives painted images onto cave walls. This cave art gives us a snapshot of what life was like back then. A world of endless, icy winters and mega beasts. Hunters hurled sharpened spears at terrifying monsters. This was the age of elephant-sized woolly mammoths and 600-pound woolly rhinos. And don't forget about that saber-toothed tiger. Ah, the end of the Ice Age. Don't worry, though. Most of these giant beasts died out when the Great Ice Age ended. Over time, the planet warmed. Glaciers melted, forming lakes and valleys. Forests grew back, but not everything from the Ice Age disappeared. Some glaciers still remain, and lucky for us, humans survived, so we adapted, and that's how we are still living today. As the planet changed, humans and some animals adapted or changed with it. And scientists keep finding new clues to learn more about this fascinating frozen time in history. Okay, if you look at the bottom in the blue box, it says think and write. So this is what you're going to do on Flipgrid. You're going to answer this question. Where should we go next? You're going to explain a time or a place that you'd like to visit, and you have to tell me why. You have to tell me a time or place that you would like to visit and why. So if you could be a time traveler, where would you go? Our time machine might visit there in a future issue. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend.